lifelong learning, right? So upskilling and reskilling is really about just constantly being curious, and the half-life of skills is 2 years at this point, 3 years. There's a lot of research that's come out that we're going to see between 40 and 80% of skills become irrelevant in the next 5-6 years.
From 2000 alone, 52% of Fortune 500 companies have been off the list or went bankrupt. The longevity of companies is shrinking in front of our eyes. In the 20th century, most companies could produce the same product and milk it for about 60 to 70 years. Today, our research shows that 2 to 3 years is the average life cycle of a typical business model. To change or not to change is no longer the option. The option is, will you be dragged into change kicking and streaming, or will you be an active and conscious co-creator of reinvention in your life?
Looking into the future, I think leaders are well served to train everyone to be more adaptable. Now, why? Tomorrow is different than yesterday. Yesterday, there wasn't such a good case for this. Tomorrow there is. Who is going to argue that adaptability is going to become less important in the future? That the pace of change is going to slow down? That we're going to go back to a world of stability? Not going to happen.
If you don't try new things, you don't know what you're missing. There are so many things that Amazon tried and did not succeed. They learned from absolutely every single thing and moved forward. Nobody would call Amazon a loser, I don't think. So this is not only a permission, this is an invitation for experimentation.
I can almost guarantee that if your answer to me as a business executive is, we've always done it this way, that you are going to be just dead flat wrong. And that unless you're willing to consider very different options, you will be left behind like the dinosaurs.
One of the first problems that had to be solved is you had to identify the actual problem itself. So we've now identified that as a workforce readiness gap. And what that means is there's basically 3 vectors in which organizations are not prepared. Skills, so coming back to learning, coming back to how do we meet people where they are on that journey, become more adaptable itself in how we approach learning. Expectations, what should I expect of my organization? There's 5 generations in the workforce. They all have different expectations. And the last is just visibility. And so organizations are struggling to have visibility into their actual workforce. What skills do I have? What skills do I need? How do I navigate this complex puzzle of all these moving pieces? And so that's the problem. The solution is having to address each of those gaps. It's a very challenging thing for companies to do well, but this is where it comes back to what we're doing with the whole workforce agility platform. It's about giving the companies the tools they need to be able to accomplish that.
Stay agile in an evolving world. Lead with adaptability